Hey there, everybody. How's it going? Sorry for the wind noise. Nothing I can do about that. It's a little blustery out today. I think it's like 28 degrees. That would be Fahrenheit, obviously. And it's a little on the cold side. As a matter of fact, yeah. So, part of my program this year is to try to get out and do some more wintertime photography. So, and that creates its own challenges. So 28 degrees, by the way, is like minus 50 Celsius, something like that. And so Thursday night, it's supposed to go down to 0, which is like minus 300 Celsius, I think. So I saw a reflection. Hey, so yeah, interesting, very, very typical Northeast Oregon winter here. And so, yeah. So I'm printing up the folios. I'm printing up another run of folios. And I'm halfway through, and then Christmas happened, and I've been playing a lot of music for Christmas, which is interesting. And when I get when I get the folio printed, and I don't know if it's going to happen by Christmas, but I'll announce the winner of the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So sorry for the delay on that. I meant to have that out about a month ago, to be honest with you. Well, at least a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, so there's that. And what else? Ian Worth did an interesting video, and if you're not subscribed to Ian, go check him out. He's a Fuji shooter, and he just picked up an XH2. And he does landscapes. He also does weddings and portraits and stuff, and he uses his Fuji gear for that. But he does landscapes, and he makes videos about doing landscapes with his Fuji gear. And so I really like Ian. He's over in England, as is everybody who does photography videos on YouTube, except for me. And he made a video recently about is the 40 megapixels, like, is it worth it? Is it something to that effect? Like, are the manufacturers just fooling us, that kind of a thing? And I get it. And the thing is, going from 26 megapixels to 40 megapixels, that's real. I wasn't expecting much, but a little bit. And that's really what it is. It's a very incremental upgrade. The reason to go for the 40 megapixel camera sensor, the 40 megapixel sensor cameras, is not the megapixels. I mean, for me, a little bit, because I wanted just a little bit more resolution out of my X-T3, and now I'm totally happy. No need for a full frame whatsoever. I'm totally happy with the 40 megapixel sensor in the XH2 and the X-T5. The X-T5 is now my main stills camera, landscape stills camera, and the XH2 is now my main video camera. Yeah, so there it is, and a backup to the stills, and that's okay. So it's always, Ian came away and the examples he showed, he did a couple of tests. And the examples he showed, the X-T3 looked sharper. The 26 megapixel camera looked sharper. And the only thing I would say is you got to be careful with those one-off tests, because the weak link in the chain is not the 40 megapixel sensor. So I don't know what Ian did, and I don't know the specifics of it. He used Lightroom or Photoshop, and I'm suspicious. Adobe has been very slow to adapt to the X-Trans sensor. And the new 40 megapixel sensor, for everything that Ian did, the thing that I'm most suspicious about, and I'm not saying this is the problem, but it's the thing I'm most suspicious about, is the Adobe Lightroom or Photoshop rendering of the 40 megapixel sensor, because it's a new sensor. Okay, I know it's the same pattern, but every sensor requires tweaks to the algorithms to demosaic the sensor, the images. So yeah, from what I've seen, looking at the 40 megapixel X-Trans images versus the 26 megapixel X-Trans images that I'm used to, they're sharper. They look better. Yeah, but I'm using Capture One. Okay, I'm not saying that's the thing. Okay, it could have been, who knows? I mean, who knows? I mean, he could even have a defective camera. I doubt that, but anyway. So you got to watch out for these one-off tests. You really need to like get a feel. When a new sensor comes out, you really need to get a feel for it, and that can take 6 months, you know, to a year of really shooting it and in the trenches. And I'm sure that Ian 6 months from now will come away with the idea that he really likes the 40 megapixel sensor, and it is really great. So there is that. I am not going to film me photographing that behind me today. I'm going to put the video camera away, and I'm going to take some images and see what we get. And if they turn out any good, I'll show them to you. Because with the wind and the temperature and the fact that I have to wear gloves, even though I do have my little fingers that pop out, it just makes it so much more difficult. And so I didn't appreciate these gloves when it was above 32 degrees freezing, but now I definitely, you can't take your gloves off. What I was doing is, remember I said I was popping my gloves off? I don't know if I posted that video, but it's easier to pop your gloves off. Well, it is if it's between 35 and 45 degrees, but that don't work at all once it goes below 30 degrees. Like I was just messing around at the truck, and man, I couldn't have my hands out very long, and they were starting to like have trouble working. So yeah, there is that. So anyway, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, and all that to everybody out there. I really appreciate it. The winner of the folio will be announced shortly, within the next week or two. I know it'll probably be the new year, but hey, you know. I got to print that up, but I got to get through the holidays first because I got a lot of other obligations. So crazy stuff. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. We'll see you out here. And if you do come out here, dress warmly. Have a great one. Bye.